Haha! Now I have a bear.
Yeah.
You just need to want to let me in.
Hello and welcome to Retro Game Connect. I'm Dan Mastriani.
And I'm Ian Butterfield.
And with Dragon Month moving into its home stretch, what better way to keep things going than to go back to Dragon Age Origins on PC?
Woo!
This is the beginning of the BioWare series. I think
It's
recently
Origins, if you might
yes,
say.
yes, that was intentional by them, but yeah, it was kind of a way of going back to their origins because it's kind of a throwback to their older games like Baldur's Gate. But and also I guess they did finally. I don't know when it's actually coming out, but they did finally announce that the next game is going to be Dreadwolf. I think.
I don't know.
You haven't heard? No.
I mean, I think I heard they announced another game, but I can't say I've been paying that much attention to what BioWare's been up to these days.
Yeah, well, it's coming.
Ever since Anthem, kind of
awkward. But this is before all that, so.
Also, I have a strong hatred for EA, so.
I hadn't noticed.
Right up there with Ubisoft and Activision Blizzard these days.
Oh yeah. I'm just waiting for that Microsoft buyout so I can not give Bobby Kotick money if I actually want to buy something they publish.
If only we could put Bobby Kotick in jail.
Anyway. Yeah, that'd be nice, but he has money, so he gets away with things.
But
anyhow, let's go ahead and play Dragon Age.
Woo!
All right, so we can see right from the start, this BioWare wanted to go in a more mature direction with this one.
Or mature, if you want to mispronounce it.
Yes, exactly. So we got blood right on the title screen, baby. So go ahead and start a new game, Ian. Yeah, so we're gonna want to do Origins. I think Awakening is the DLC. We're playing the Ultimate Edition. I forgot to hold up my box. I brought up my box, so I guess I'll have to show people afterwards. But even though I did buy this physically when it came out, we are playing the Ultimate Edition because it includes all the DLC. And also, I didn't have to worry about patching it since I have it digitally. So yeah, they created a whole thing for this. So I guess the original concept was that it was kind of be like kind of a time after the high fantasy peak of the world, like when magic was in decline and most of the fancy magical creatures had been driven to extinction.
So kind of in a similar vein to when Lord of the Rings takes place within the timeline of Middle-earth?
A little bit. But basically at that point they didn't really have a name for the game yet. And what they did is one of the coders actually came up with a random name generator. And they just fed in a whole bunch of like fantasy terms. And kind of like, took all the suggestions that made sense, and they're like, okay, like we'll have a vote, and the winner was Dragon Age. They're like, yeah, that sounds like a cool name.
I mean, it might just kind of be some fantasy names put together, but nothing sounds worse than Raid Shadow Legends. So, like,
but they're like, okay, now we're calling the game Dragon Age. And we don't have any dragons in it. So they basically had to kind of like rework things Because it was silly to have a game called Dragon Age that didn't actually feature any dragons.
Barbarians and kings, the Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevailed.
But they did. I mean, you mentioned Lord of the Rings already, and that was obviously something that that influenced the game. But they also were looking at more dark fantasy stuff, like a Game of Thrones, and things of that ilk. So you have to keep in mind this is before the HBO series. So you would have been looking at the
It's been 4 centuries since
book
that
series.
victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now.
So I mentioned already that one of the reasons they called Origins is kind of going back to BioWare's Origins, but also the way this works is kind of like an origin story for your character. So depending on what you pick, you get to choose
May even be too late.
based on like your character class and your race and all that. You actually get a different origin story that you get to play through before the main game that everybody sees.
That's neat.
So you're kind of doing your own origin in it, so that's cool. I'm explaining it to you now, so you can do whatever you like. So we got humans, elves, and dwarves, I believe.
Ah! It just squishes them. Their arms are the same length.
Ah. Yeah, I guess this does have
Literally.
a.
Watch the arms. Watch the arms.
Yeah. No, that's a little weird.
Oh, let's do some elf magic.
Sure. I mean, I usually just hit things, so it's
That looks witchy.
grab a preset. We can use the suggested name to save us some time. But you never do that, do you, Ian?
Nope.
You never save us time.
No, but I like to use dumb names.
I think you're stuck with that name. The last name. All right, so yeah, you got a magic, so you might want to do some intelligence stuff, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to give yourself a little more health. I don't know. I mean, I imagine you're going to have some backup, but I can't say for sure. I've not played this in quite some time, and I did I'm pretty sure I did like a human warrior, so.
So I already have herbalism.
You already have herbalism. I mean, you got a lot of options, but that might be useful. I mean, either the tactics or the combat training seem like stuff that's going to keep you alive, but
Well, this I can take more damage before my spells are interrupted, so that seems.
yeah. So and you got a couple points you can spend on what spells you want to start with.
I always love me a health drain spell.
Yeah.
We're gonna do health drain and rock armor. I've had that in the back of my head since I saw it.
Okay, so you're going to go with survivability.
Yeah, because I already start with a spell that will deal damage.
Yeah, no, I
and
hear
it
you.
has a 6-second cooldown,
That makes sense. Feel free to turn that down.
Yeah.
But just we don't want to get wiped.
On a cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Kalinhard stands the tower fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages
I can't think of anywhere where I've seen something like this.
Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The
Good job.
Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This
They were
gilded cave
Also, hearing the music right now, I guess
found to be sensitive to magic at a young age.
they kind of intentionally did is they took your standard fantasy music and they kind of kind of twist it a little, make it a little like less melodious and a little eerier, and use some like more disturbing sounds to kind of
Harrowing.
make things a little darker.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the dream realm, the Fade, are drawn to you and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the harrowing exists. The
Oh.
ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon.
Oh?
Armed with only your will.
Is that Steve Bloom?
Know this, apprentice. If you fail, we Templars will perform our duty. You will die.
So no pressure then.
This is Lyria.
Also, how do I control
Essence of
this?
magic.
I'm sure we'll tell you as soon as you start.
The harrowing is a secret out of necessity.
Just in case, I will mention. So I just messing around a little with it to make sure it works. I did like
So shall you
I booted into one of like the
remember the Fade is a
the bonus DLC missions there.
spirits may
They're like little bonus scenarios.
is real.
The apprentice must go through this.
And I noticed you could control it with you could use WASD, or you could also click where you want to go. That said, I'm pretty sure it will tell you. Or the beginning of the game, I can't imagine there will not be a tutorial. I tell you right now, the yeah, see, you already got your stuff here. So there you go. See, it's telling you how to play. You got some tool tips there. Bunch of codex we could read, but we're
Oh, lost.
yes. Uh-oh. That's a tactical pause. So let's see if we can
Okay.
find the guy. Yeah, you might want to scroll wheel down to zoom out. I don't know where the guy you have to fight is.
Very well.
I don't know. I don't think you want to open the base of healing yet. Is it those? Oh, it's okay. It's that spirit thing. So you could run up and hit it, but you're a mage, so that's probably not a great idea. So maybe
Oh,
you
I
want to hit your arcane blast. So what you can actually do is you can use the you see down to the lower right, you have these icons. So you can queue those up there with you can click on them, but you can also use the number keys.
So I click on it and then click on my enemy.
Yes. Yeah, so it looks like you're queued up drain life, so you can unpause and then you will do that. Yeah, you got that one. Looks like you're still pretty good on health.
Where is my health?
It's upper left. So I got the resolution set
bar.
pretty high, so
Really amused that like sound effect that's supposed to be all dramatic. Yeah, that's used in like every Gordon Ramsay show. So it just has no effect on this.
honestly, it just sounds like there's a cat in the background or something. Oh, that worked out. That did. It looks like there's another one. Yeah, so again, keep in mind you can just use the top row of your keyboard. Queue that stuff up. Probably faster than going down to click on it.
Yeah, you also have to understand I don't play games with keyboard controls. So that just that's not that fast to me.
Right that they do this, the Templars, not to you, me, anyone.
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's
You think you're really here in that body? You look like that because you think you do. It's always the same, but it's not your fault. You're in the
Like
same.
every time I tell people I play PC games with my controller, they're like, "Oh, but you have the keyboard." And I'm like, "I played controller games my entire life. Having to adapt to the keyboard will take me so much more time and effort than just using a controller."
No, I don't remember anything from
yeah.
before. The Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they
Uh-oh.
did to
Well, then
you.
stop talking to me.
Right?
Your body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
Yeah, you
That
can
hasn't
be
been
whoever you
said
want.
before, but you don't
I'm just trying to move the story along, honestly.
Mm.
contained. Just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade.
Yeah.
You would be a fool to just attack everything you see. What you face is powerful, cunning. There are
Good thing this is an RPG and there's no actual time
other
limit.
spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see, I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago, but you
Ooh,
may have a way out.
you got a party member now. Or not. I guess he's just hanging around as a mouse.
Spirit is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
I think you're probably fine at this point. So you might want to, when you see that guy, throw on your armor.
I think my armor spell is still up because I'm glowing.
Oh, you already put it on? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
That is where the test will take place. The creature can be anywhere, but it manifests there.
Lyrium vein, huh? That seems like something you should investigate. Okay, cool.
Should I go here? No.
Well, there's more place you can go, so I guess you gotta keep on keeping on.
Here you go. Shroda!
There you go. These were dead. Is that something you can click on? No, it's just a background detail. I guess you gotta talk to some more people.
Okay.
Arcane bolted. Boom.
Fighting more like target practice.
Yeah, looks like.
Spirit this way. It never seemed equal to its name to me.
Another mortal thrown into the flames and left to burn, I see.
Definitely some usual suspects here.
Devised a cowardly test. Better you were pitted against each other to prove your mettle with skill, and to be sent unarmed against a demon.
Guess
Indeed. The choice and the fault lies with the mages who sent you here. That you remain means you have not yet defeated your hunter. I wish you a glorious battle to come.
Okay.
They are brought into being by my will.
Can you get this guy as a party member?
That in your world, mages are the only ones who can will things into being. Those mortals who cannot must lead such hollow, empty lives. Of course, you are not the first mortal to seek my aid.
Alright, so looks like you got
I'm not here to assist
no.
you, however. My purpose is to seek perfection. pursuit of valor.
Well,
Without a doubt. In this realm, everything that exists is the expression of a thought.
okay, cool.
Do you think these blades be steel? The staves be wood? Do you
I
believe
suppose
they
not.
draw
Yeah,
blood?
yeah. Okay.
A weapon is a single need for battle, and my will makes that need reality.
Sure.
Do you truly desire one of my weapons? I will give one to you, if you agree to duel me first. Valor shall test your mettle as it should be tested.
Ooh, you got good willpower.
Dare you accuse me? I am no demon preying upon helpless mortals to steal their essence. I am a being of honor and valor. I am a warrior.
Uh-oh, you insulted him. Aha.
You are insolent.
Yeah, you got a high willpower, so it looks like you
Strong.
looks like you won that.
Well, mortal. You proved to me that you possess the strength to resist this demon.
Very nice.
Go. Prove your worth as you must. I am confident you will succeed.
Aha. Okay, so now it's giving you an inventory tutorial. Good times. Okay. I guess take off your clothing for some reason. Just click and drag it over to there. Oop, mature rate again. Yeah, I don't think you can use that. That's a pre-order bonus. Yeah, I think they just wanted you to put it back on, but you might have some pre-order stuff that's good. Okay,
Huh.
wants you to put the Fulmari tome. Yeah, so you actually you got some stuff. I think that's like bonus DLC. So maybe you want to go ahead and equip that.
+1 to all attributes.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I don't think I should be wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, maybe not, because it looks like you're already getting a kind of a. I mean, I don't know why once you put them in the quick load, it seems like you should probably just use those.
I
But
think
whatever.
it's just a bit
Yeah.
of tutorial, you know.
Very well.
Cool. So now you can boost some stuff. Might actually want to boost your constitution since you put on a bunch of stuff. And now we can get some spells, or maybe we can boost some stuff we're already using. Yeah, if you get the level 2 combat tactics, I think that means you can queue up 2 actions.
An additional combat tactics slot. Yeah. Woo! Okay.
All right. And we looking for more health, or no? Okay. I guess he just gave you a weapon. Yeah, that looks like a pit. I don't think you want to go that way. Fortunately, this is not Double Dragon. You cannot simply fall in and die.
I really wish the camera perspective would change.
Is this? I don't know why it's not moving in any closer. Yeah, we got a nice little auto save there.
It's auto save.
Ooh, a spirit wolf.
Okay, I don't know why it just did that. Why? What are you doing? Oh my
okay.
god!
Yeah. I was gonna say
Literally,
I don't
I'm
really
just
know what the camera
scrolling down to
controls
try
are,
to use my spells.
well, it looks like your armor's still on, so.
How do I just hit it with the staff?
You would just, I think, just right click on it. But I mean, you're a mage, so I don't know if you want to do that. Yeah, I would arcane bolt it. I mean, you're poking at it.
I don't know if I'm queuing up actions or deleting.
I shall do it.
I think you're replacing them. I guess that did not do what I thought it did. Another one. All right, just unpause now because you got the drain life going. There you go. Oh, another one? Fortunately, these guys don't seem to be hitting you too hard. Good thing you have that armor.
Yeah, they barely did any damage to me.
Yeah, and looks like you recover after combat, so.
Be cautious. There is another spirit here. Not the one hunting you, but still.
There's this twisty thing here that looks like something you can click on, is it not? Nope, okay. Do we want to talk to the sloth demon, or do we just want to head back to the, Well, worst case scenario, you can always reload your save.
So, you are the mortal being hunted, and the small one, is he to be a snack for me?
I don't like this. He's not going to help us. We should go.
No matter.
Not really a sloth.
We'll get you.
Yeah, he's pretty sliky for a sloth demon.
Scraps left.
It's a demon. Maybe even more powerful than the one chasing after you.
Be gone. Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. I tire of you already.
Yeah.
I am a spirit of sloth.
Ah,
A creature
that makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I figured that.
settles here. Still, you serve your function.
I just felt like it has a really aggressive design for, something that's sleeping all the time.
You are aware, a mortal with power and will. The sort of creature
Yeah, it's
some spirits
useful backstory.
hunger for. I might be inclined for such a meal myself. It would be interesting to see the mortal world through your eyes, live inside your form. But I'm disinclined to begin such a struggle. As you mortals might term it, but not all demons are demons. Worry about the one hunting you.
You gonna try it?
Have a very
Why not?
nice staff. Why would you need me? Go. Use your weapon, since you have earned it. Be valorous.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why? Most mortals are attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't think I'd make a very good bear.
Is
How would
he
I
supposed to be a
help you?
bear?
I have faced more in this place than you can imagine. Fear is just one more thing. But you are right. Hiding doesn't help. I'm sorry, it's the Fade. It changes you. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear. If you'll teach me.
That's nice. But teaching is so exhausting.
It's so helpful.
You know.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
Go to that one.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a
Uh-oh.
challenge.
Riddles.
Friend. Answer 3 riddles correctly, and I will teach you. Fail, and I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
You want to look up the answers?
Oh boy. Let's see how fast I can do this.
Truly? Oh, this gets
and more promising. My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
Okay.
Without-
A map.
Yeah.
Correct. Let's move on. The second riddle. I'm rarely touched.
Don't give me the answer right away. Let me guess first.
You'll use me well. What am I?
Tongue. Oh, sorry.
Let me guess first.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin the tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I?
Dream.
Yes, you are correct. Actually, you could probably just press 6. Yeah.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in Fade. No?
Well, there we are.
You've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form.
I mean, it looks like a bear, but
Yeah.
like a demon bear.
This,
Like
this-
this. Am I a bear? It feels heavy.
Well, there we go.
Close enough. Go then, and...
Haha! Now I have a bear.
Whatever
Yeah.
you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
That's how I'm gonna end conversations with people I don't want to talk to now. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
There we go. Oh, looks easy. Now you have another guy. Yeah, looks like as far as you can go. So I guess go back and fight the demon. You can always save if you feel like you might lose.
Where's the save button?
It's in the cog, but wait till you get closer. Also looks like you can just hit escape and that'll bring up the menu. Ooh, evasive healing, but you don't need it right now. That one's kind of far away. I would hit the one up in the hill first. All right, so yeah, just unpause it because I don't think you actually have two slots right now. Oh, well, I don't know. You shut off too. Interesting. Slam. Nice. Doing some bear slamming. And even better, he's distracting him, so you can. While he's going up one on one of them, you got to use some ranged attacks. Aha. So you got that big bar. Is that where you're...
Are we gonna attack?
There he goes. Oh, he switched to bear guy. So he's your close-up guy, and you got her to attack from a distance. So, all right, you're getting close. So if you wanna, yep, save. Pick new save. Sure, why not? All right, head on in, I guess.
My rock armor still active?
Yeah, good. Looks like it lasted a while. Actually, out of curiosity, what happens if you hover over this bar? What is this bar? What does it tell you? Is that your experience?
What, this one? I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, maybe that's it. All right, well, try moving up, see if it shows up.
There
Oh, no.
is a spirit of rage.
Okay, I guess don't even get close to it. Start pelting it with yeah, actually, yeah, hit it with that to start with.
I don't think I can
Oh.
attack it.
Oh, you have to talk to it first.
And so it comes to me at last.
I wonder if you can talk your way out of this.
Soon I shall see the land of the living with your eyes, creature. You shall be mine, body and soul. They are welcome to try.
Oh, okay.
So this creature is your offering, Mouse. Another plaything as per our...
I'm simply shocked.
I'm not offering you anything. I don't have to help you anymore.
Oh. And after all those wonderful...
Ah, I
deals,
wonder if it's because I got him the bear form.
suddenly the
Maybe.
mouse has changed the rules.
I'm not a mouse now. And so
Haha!
I have to hide.
I
Aha.
inspired them.
Bargain with you?
Good work.
We shall see.
All right, so again, he's got the close combat thing, so I would back off and use spells.
It shall be done.
Yeah, so after you cast that, yeah, get some distance. And cast some stuff on him. Yeah, those guys are causing problems. I mean, I don't know if you want your bear doing some stuff.
I'm gonna have the bear distract the demon. Hi, can we...
You did it.
He killed the demon!
When you
Well,
came
technically,
back,
you did it.
maybe you might be able to-
Well, I mean, I did hit it with the drain health.
You were worth
You did. That's true.
That is because you are a true mage, one of the few. The others, they never had a chance. The Templars set them up to fail, like they tried with
They
Oh,
love
look.
loot.
There you go.
my part in it. But you have shown me that there is hope. You can be so much more than you know.
Hmm. You mean nice, Joe?
defeated a
Okay.
demon. You completed your test. With time, you will be a master enchanter with no equal.
Too bad you didn't name your character as
There's
Tim.
hope in that for someone as small and as forgotten as me. If you want to help, there may be a way for me to leave here, to get a foothold outside. You just need to want to let me in. Back! Help me back! They killed me, right? Just like all who fail in here. They'll kill you too. Can't you feel the sword at your neck? They believe all magic evil, the Fade evil. Once you are here, you become what they fear. What? Yes, of course. I mean, I think I was. Isn't that enough? It should be enough. For you?
Maybe they are right about you. Simple killing is a warrior's job. The real dangers of the Fade are preconceptions, careless trust, pride.
Well,
Keep your wits about you, mage. True tests never end.
interesting. So do you get to pick up that loot or no? No? Okay.
It kind of seems like being a bit of a sarcastic jerk saved me there.
Yeah.
Right. Say something, please.
Sure.
Oh, I'm glad you're all right. They carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night. I've heard about apprentices who never come back from harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
Dun dun dun. It's up to you, dude. If you
It
whoever
was
you want to be.
harrowing.
Is that why they don't tell us what it's about? I know I'm
Yes.
not supposed to know, but we're friends. Just a little hint, and I'll stop asking, I promise. And And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me for my harrowing. I've been here longer than you have. Sometimes I think they just don't want to test me.
Uh-oh.
The tranquil never go through a harrowing. You do the harrowing, the rite of tranquility, or you die. That's
Oh, yes. This is, yeah, I know what this is. So,
Might not. But the rite of tranquility is just as bad, maybe worse. You've seen the tranquil around the tower, like a Wayne. who runs the
yeah,
stockroom.
so,
It's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless.
this is one of those things where you kind of, I'm not sure I just kind of want to describe what this is
How
similar
they do
to.
it exactly, but you're cut off from the fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions. Apprentices can ask to be made tranquil if they fear the harrowing, but the circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak, and sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages.
Yeah, you can kind of see the Game of Thrones influence
I was
where
supposed to tell you to see Irving as
most
soon as-
characters are ultimately jerks.
He said he'd be in his study upstairs. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Did you hear anything? Is she awake? Is she awake? Why do you?
I don't know.
Are you best friends now? I'm just curious. That Templar.
Good one. There you get your.
Oh,
various
good. I
things.
do still have all the stuff on from the harrowing.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was. So you don't keep
Close.
the staff because that was just in there. Yeah, that health pulse is probably a better thing to have on your quick bar than that bonus thing you already used. So you need to get a new weapon, but it looks like at least some of the armor was just bonus stuff that you got at the start of the game.
Well, we've played this for like half an hour.
All right, I guess we'll stop here. Well, there we go. It's a pretty decent RPG. I totally forgot to hold this up in the opening. Here's my box copy. I pre-ordered it. Actually, I think I had some pre-order DLC on here. I don't even remember. Oh, free trial for Warhammer Online.
I found it really enjoyable. A lot of times I play an RPG like that. A lot of times we play RPGs and it's like really slow to start, but I felt like that opening was well paced. You know, and you know me, in a lot of games I've harped about how the pacing of an opening is. Because if it's not good, it can turn me off of an entire game.
Yeah, I definitely feel I'm more lenient on that than you are, but
well, you know, I like a game. I think a game should be able to hook you in the first 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And I feel like that shows you a decent amount of what you'll get up to. You get some attacking spells right away. You can unlock some spells right away, you know? Instead of just, all right, here's your preset, it's like, all right, you have one spell unlocked already, and then you unlock whatever you want. I think that's smart. And then, get into it. There's combat and choices right away. Within the opening, you could convince people to not fight you and still get the bonus that you wanted from the fight. You had the riddle thing getting you a bonus for the demon fight, which basically won me the demon fight without me even having to try.
Yep.
Like those, I honestly think that was even though I have not played the rest of that game at all, I feel like that opening actually gives you a solid tutorial, a solid start, a solid, this is what you're getting into. Which, I still say, one of the best opening levels in any game I've ever played is the opening level to Star Wars The Force Unleashed. And, I feel like, well, it's not quite to that degree. That works, and it worked really well. Like, I'm honestly considering playing the game. And how many times do I say that after we play games? You know what I mean?
I would like to be more, but
I mean, I'm still a little deep into Horizon Forbidden West, but maybe if I catch COVID again and I'm sitting at home not doing anything. Hey, I nearly dodged it this week.
ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll get into that later, but I dodged it this week.
Oh boy.
I had some people I was around last weekend coming down with COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, well, don't worry that COVID isn't even gone, but we got monkeypox rolling in, so.
Yeah, but that's a whole other transmission.
You would think, but it seems to be transmitting more than it should be, so I don't know. Anyhow, but yeah, no, I remember when this was previewed. I guess like a lot of people weren't excited about this. A lot of people were like, "Oh, Mass Effect." Even like inside the company, they thought like this was some niche thing for longtime BioWare fans, and the main event was going to be Mass Effect. And Mass Effect was great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we managed to play it for an hour on the show.
And I spent way too much time in the Legendary Collection.
Yeah.
Mass Effect series is great.
Yeah, I got that from Humble Bundle, but it's the PC version, so it's probably gonna have to wait until I can get a new PC. But but this was something like I was actually like, you know what, this looks cool, and I saw the interviews where they're talking about how it was a PC first design and how you're gonna get that overhead and the kind of mouse and keyboard optimized controls. So I'm like, this looks like it's gonna be a way better experience on computer. And this wasn't too long after I'd gotten my desktop, which is now very old. So it was, beefy enough to be like, I can play brand new PC games. I'm gonna get this new BioWare game, Dragon Age, because I've never gotten a chance to play a lot of their older stuff.
Well, and honestly, even though, like I said before, I am much more of a fan of playing with a controller, that was pretty simple, and I actually started using the number keys at a certain point.
Yeah, so like
and if I was playing this natively on my own PC, I probably would have an easier time doing it because I could read things easier. But I was playing it on your PC via Parsec.
Yeah.
But, like, that's just how we did it. But, like, if I were to play this, I might actually play it keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, I feel like that's a good thing. It's what it's designed around. Like, I actually played Doom, like, when that came out. So, of course, there weren't. I was playing that on, like, laptops my dad brought home from work. And so, of course, I was using keyboard controls because that's what you had. So I got used to being able to, like, reach up and hit the number keys to switch weapons and stuff. So, and I've also, like, occasionally attempted to play MMOs. So I'm used to that kind of combat thing where you're hitting the number keys to trigger your abilities. Like, you do that in stuff like Diablo 2. Diablo also, but I played like the first 3 Diablo games, so it's all stuff where you're you're clicking on where you want to go, and you want to trigger an ability, you reach up and tap one of those number keys, and it allows you to do things very quickly. So I was reading one of the things with the console versions, they had to be like, how are we going to give people access to this many abilities quickly with the limited amount of buttons on a controller? And basically what they had, well, we're going to give you 6 things you can have launch quickly, and the rest of it you're just going to have to go into the menu. So it's a big compromise if you play it on 360, but I mean, you're still going to get the story and the choices and your trademark BioWare romances.
Well, and like what's nice is if you do want to play this, it's on Game Pass, PC and Xbox. So, yep. And it's the Ultimate Edition, so I'm assuming that has DLC.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably why we had so much stuff to equip like right away, was because we have all the DLC. Like we had the Awakening chapter, which when we started the game, that is, I think, a DLC expansion. So there's various stuff that is not in my a box copy that was available later. But fortunately, I also got the Ultimate Edition for free, so I only actually bought the game once.
Yeah.
But there's also some like self-contained quests where you get like create a separate character and you do like a small quest. I jumped into those ones quick just to make sure the game was running right when I installed it. I actually have a save right before me getting wrecked by a bunch of giant spiders. But yeah, it's like on that game, all I have is a couple fighters, so I'm not really sure what I should be doing except from running up on guys and hitting them. I probably should have just tried to back off and kite some enemies to take on, like a smaller group at once. But I was just messing around with it. So, and all the fights up to there, really, I just been able to face tank it and just be like, straight up, swords, whatever. I got this dwarf with me. We're good. But the game actually does, give you tactical possibilities. Like we only saw a little bit where we're just like, okay, you got your bear who's going to be
bearing down on my enemies.
Yes, just huge close combat tank. So you can have him take all the aggro and shoot magical spells from a distance.
Yeah, like I was just trying to take out those wisps that were shooting lightning at us, and he just took down the demon. And then it turned out he was a demon. So
yeah. Surprise! I guess that's the whole dark storyline they want to go with.
Well, as soon as he was like, "Yeah, if you let me in, I could go to the real world," and I'm like, "Wait a minute,
that sounds like a bad idea." I'm not doing
that's some demon talk right there.
Yes, yeah.
Like it would be one thing if he was like, "You could find an animal for me to be in," and I'm like, okay, but no, not what he said.
Yeah, no, that wasn't suspicious at all. I do wonder if there's if he's always a demon or if it depends on what choices you do.
Well, I imagine he's always a demon, but maybe like you just don't find out.
Yeah, and maybe you have to deal with it later. I mean, it's possible. I mean, but that's also another interesting thing we should bring up is you got I think there are something like 6 different origins you can get depending on your racing class that you play through to kind of just get your character to the point where they join the Grey Wardens and have to take on whatever the bad guys were called. It suddenly dropped out of my mind. Is it on the back of the box? No.
Darkspawn.
Darkspawn, there you go. I see it's advertised as from the maker of Mass Effect, though. I guess that made it up first. This actually has been quite a while in development. They originally announced in 2004 when they started it was going to be on the Neverwinter Nights engine. So they eventually ended up moving to a brand new engine that was being developed at the same time. So I'm sure you can imagine how fun that was.
A great time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I did like the when it came to the dialogue options, that there were some that kind of balanced, like, yeah, I'm a hero, but like I'm not taking your crap. Like, just fight me, bro.
Yeah, no, there's definitely different ways you can go. I mean, I don't know if it's possible to fail at the beginning of the game, but I mean, I would think they wouldn't do anything that's a fail state other than like losing combat and loading your last save, but who knows?
Or picking the dialogue option that lets him take you over.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to end up more of a plot point than, like an instant fail state, but who knows?
Well, that early on in the game, I would be okay with an instant fail state.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you screwed up.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to pretend there aren't any games that did that. But I was going to say, I guess they did try to ease up on crunch on this one, though. It didn't do an amazing job. I guess what they did with this one is like they tried to stagger it so people weren't just working like 18-hour days or what have you. There was like, okay, well, maybe you come in on a Saturday or something. But, you still go home at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
On the weekdays.
Screw forced overtime.
Yeah. So, better, but still not great. I mean, they were, like, in the interview I was reading, they were acknowledging that, like, crunch is a failure of planning. So, I guess they try to be better, but, it's still pretty rife in the industry.
I think most people would rather a game be delayed. At least most people who, aren't insane.
Yeah, well, I guess part of it is, of course, is that they kind of just didn't really entirely know what they wanted to do for a while. Well, I guess this one was better. I think I'm probably confusing it with. I was watching a video about Mass Effect Andromeda. That was the one that really had the problem of like the game was like not nailed down what they were actually doing for quite some time.
And that can be quite a problem, as they would find out later when they made Anthem.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they had the same thing going on in 2 different studios.
Studios.
So BioWare has like Edmonton and another one at the other end of Canada. Is it Toronto or something more? But they have 2 different studios. So one of them was doing like the main studio was doing Anthem, and their satellite studio was doing Mass Effect Andromeda. And I think at that time
you saw how those came out.
Yeah, at that time they also had an Austin studio. I don't recall what they were working on.
Granted, I've played Mass Effect Andromeda a bit and actually had some fun with it, but like not in the same way I had fun with the original Mass Effect trilogy.
I still kind of want to play it, especially now that it's been, patched up to not like just crash immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
I got some fun out of it. It has a fun mechanic where you can change your class.
I feel like if I could get it super cheap, I would kind of still like to try it out. But
you have Game Pass. It's on Game Pass.
I don't.
Oh.
Well, we'll see what we'll see where I'm at when my gold's gonna expire. Because if I'm gonna do Game Pass, I'm gonna just be like, okay, can I get a deal on gold right now? I'm gonna load up 3 years of gold and convert it, and then I won't have to worry about this until like 2025. I think we would be.
But anyway.
But, yeah. Anyhow, though, it's a good game. Even though they were thinking it was going to be a niche thing, it actually ended up selling really well. As happens, they've made 2 more with a 4th one on the way. The sequels are a bit divisive, but the first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think one of the things they said they were proud of is it was good on inclusion. It had some one of their first games with same-sex relationships. So that's something they managed to do for that wasn't super prominent at that time, because keep in mind this is late 2000s. So that's something they got in there. I mean, there are problems with BioWare romances, but I mean, at least they're trying to move things forward.
Yeah.
So it's something. But there's a ton of dialogue, since not all your character choices need to be voiced. I think they managed to make a good amount of choices for what you can say. That's one of the things that kind of tends to narrow down your choices in games, is when all the dialogue is voiced, they have to lock in what everybody is saying.
Fallout 4.
Yes, exactly. They have to lock in what people are saying well ahead of time so they can record it. So
and if you have 6 options for every dialogue encounter, that's a lot of dialogue to record.
Yeah, so it tends to get pared down because they just can't to do that. That's why we're like, there's some revival stuff like Wasteland 3, where they're like, yeah, we're not doing voices because we want to be able to be like, you know what, I just thought of a new awesome new dialogue option. Type it in.
Yeah.
And I think they later went back and added voices once they'd already, here's all our dialogue in the game.
Well, and there's a specific dialogue I remember from Fallout 3 in the campaign, the DLC, where you end up on the alien mothership, where it's just a straight up Star Wars reference that I guarantee wouldn't have been in there if they had to. Because, like, you find one of the characters near the trash compactor, and one of the lines is, "What a wonderful smell you've discovered."
Nice. But even that game was people were like, this is giving me much less freedom than Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So there are trade-offs they had to make. This is still a pretty big game in a way that is very difficult to make at this point in time. That's another thing I was being brought up in some of the interviews I was looking at. It was like, hey, this is brought as big as we could make it, like with the development reality of the time.
Yeah.
So you look at the old isometric RPGs and there's way more content because it didn't have to be in HD.
Yeah.
And
didn't have to have close-ups and all this other stuff.
And like a cinematic score and complete voice acting and stuff. And it just, it was less expensive to make a game, so they could cram in more content.
Yep.
So this is a relatively modern game that still managed to cram a lot of stuff in. So that's another thing to recommend. It's going to keep you busy. But I think we both agree, Dragon Age is a cool game. People should, at the very least, check out the first one. The sequels are very different. They're kind of divisive. So you may or may not like those, but the first one, I think, is more generally recommendable as long as you are at all into RPGs.
And if you have Game Pass already, you're not losing anything by trying it.
Yeah, it's included. If you not set up to play a PC game, I guess you can play it on console. It's fine.
It's possible it might be a streamable option too.
I mean, not the PC version. I don't think they do any PC game streaming that I'm
They
aware
do.
of. They do?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. I was not aware of that.
Friend of mine, I was playing No Man's Sky like that. Yeah, you can Halo, Infinite, destroy all humans, No Man's Sky. These are all the jump right back ins that just popped up. Jedi Fallen Order, Mass Effect Andromeda, Doom Eternal. These are all cloud streaming. Okay, that's buck wild.
I mean, I wouldn't do streaming if I could avoid it, but
well, yeah, but just if that's the option, the only option. Oh yeah, there's Dragon Age Origins right there.
But I wonder what version it is all I'm saying.
It's the Xbox 360 version, weirdly enough.
I haven't heard them doing streaming any PC titles.
Well, but it's on PC. Like, I'm looking at it on my PC, my app
but
on my
I'm
PC.
saying that their streaming hardware is like an Xbox. So they're streaming Xbox games to you wherever you happen to be. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not aware of them streaming like the PC versions of anything. Though you can get that with things like GeForce Now, that's PC versions. So I don't know what they have on that. But this game was also on PS3. We should mention while we're here. We were mentioning that there are Xbox and PC versions. There was also the console version was also on PS3. So if you got a PlayStation 3, you might be able to get that cheap. I don't know what's going for nowadays. But my recommendation, if you have like a remotely recent PC, you should have no problem whatsoever playing the PC version at this point in time. So I would go with that one. Gives you more tactical depth. You have like the entire 1 through 10 quick abilities that you can launch off with a simple key press. You've got the tactical view. I think the console versions will most of the time keep you in the behind the back view since you're controlling your character with controller. So the tactical view is much more useful in the PC version where you can be clicking on things. So, but it was just a PC first game, so it's just going to play best there.
Yeah.
So other than that,
yeah.
if you enjoyed us letting the right one in, make sure you give this episode a like. If you want to catch future episodes in which, I don't know, maybe the demon does get one over on us, make sure you subscribe to our channel. I've been Dan Mastriani. You can catch me on Twitter at NewTechCola.
I'm Ian Butterfield. You can find me on Twitter at IanG Butterfield. You can find the show at Retro Game CNCT, Facebook.com/Retro Game Connect, and RetroGameConnect.tumblr.com. You can also find me doing live streams over on Twitch.tv/geek_lord_42. I just stream whatever from time to time. But if you enjoyed the games we played, let us know. If there are any games you'd like us to play, drop them down in the comments. If we can get our hands on them, we might just play them, or we might just turn them into a bear.
That would be unbearable.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Barely possible.
Yes. But most
do
importantly,
it
make
with
sure
my
you
bare
just...
hands.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, I couldn't think of any more better puns. Anyhow, make sure you join us next time on Retro Game Connect.